So I ended up talking into the air. I thought I had it recording and it wasn't recording. I started to take off trying to take off the knob from the opposite side now. And I was going to show you, this is not an original screw. See how they're not tapered? It just goes down straight, as opposed to how they're machined now into a tapered end, this end. So yeah, really old. Not that one, this one. You can see a little bit of the rust puffing out of there. Let's see if we can give it a little bit of encouragement. Tiny. Wow. So, yep. We're going to clean those. And notice I have this marked. That's for number 2. Look at that, huh? Oh, that's so beautiful. So pretty. It's amazing. Okay, now, these doorknobs have, they have a little screw. It's a set screw. I ended up not being able to remove this doorknob. I thought it was because that set screw was stuck in there, which it is. However, even though I tried to saw a new slot in it to get it out, it's totally frozen. It's actually probably bent, and here's why. I realized when I looked at the side of the door where the lock bolt is, that someone, when they removed it or before they removed it, when someone must have hit the striker plate and pushed it deeply into the side of the door, it's just not going to come apart. The best I can do is work around it and try to clean it up and use it as it sits, because I would literally have to dig the door set out of the side of the door, and that's not going to happen. So here you can see how deformed the area is at and around the striker plate on the side of the door. And there's no way that I'm going to remove that. I think I would have to literally saw the side of the door. And yeah, I don't want to do that. So for all of the carvings and details on these doors, I'm going to try a product that is not a new product, but I don't hear too much about it. I haven't ever seen it used. I did look up to see if there are any videos online, and there are a couple of videos. It's called PeelAway, and it's by the Dumond company, and they make all different types of strippers. But this stripper is a long-acting stripper. It's 12 to 24 hours. It's like a paste, and you put it on, and it comes with a paper substrate, which I have already taken and cut up the pieces that I need to put on ahead of time. So each one is supposed to be laid very tightly over the architectural detail and left, and the paper absorbs the stripper as it works, and it absorbs all the material. This will remove lead, but specifically what I'm trying to do is get it to remove that asphaltum paint, which is, it's supposed to remove the old types of oils before like 1970, this is way before 1970. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to apply it, and we'll come back tomorrow and release it and see how it does. This also, it has to be washed off with water, and then after the material, after the wood is dry, and then you neutralize it with this citralize that they send you in. It all comes in the same container. So it is a really long process. I know I wasn't going to show any more stripping, but because this is so different, I thought you might want to see it and see how it works. So let's do that. So I personally have never used a stripper like this before, and if you've used this before, I hope you leave a comment below and let everybody know, including me, how it worked out for you. This is different, and of course, all those deep carvings are so difficult to remove the finish from, that this seems like it would be the way to go. And I mean, that's what this stripper was made for, was for architectural details. In fact, when I looked at the manufacturing video, they were using it, on the ceilings and the top of the walls and places that are really difficult to reach. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. And now that substrate has to be pressed down. Not sure if you could hear the motorcycles, I'm sorry. The substrate has to be pressed down really tightly against that paste, and it sits for 24 hours, and supposedly, and we shall see, when we pull back the paper, the entire material along with the paint should be adhered to that paper with a little bit of leftover that has to be washed off. So it's like frosting a cake, really. So I'm really kind of excited to see how it works, and I hope it will be helpful for you too. So let's see. So as I apply the paper, I'm trying to work from the center out to make sure there's no air bubbles or any spaces where the paper is not touching. So here you can see that I actually covered the glass with more plastic and tape to make sure I don't get the stripper on the glass. Not sure if it will hurt it or not, but just to be sure. So we are back a little less than 24 hours later. I would say 18 hours or so. I guess the material went on about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's about 10:30 right now. So wow, it looks quite a mess. I'm going to put some gloves on and set the video camera up so that we can see how it comes off. All in all, still a huge mess. Absolutely huge. Especially without running water. So I would say that's it for this week's video. I apologize for the long process, but it's just such a huge job. And rather than have you watch me rinse it, what I'll do is after I rinse it, I will post some photos on Instagram. So I hope you follow me over there, because that way you'll see what the progress is. And yeah, next week's video will pick up on where we left off today only. Now I won't be showing you any stripping. You know, we'll start with what we have as a bare surface. In other words, however good I can get both sides of the door is where I'm going to start for next week. Now we have a siren coming off. So we have the hardware refinishing. We have whatever recovery I can make of the wood. I know one side of the entry door on the inside surface has a lot of the dog claw marks, and some of it's really bad. I'm not sure if it means I'll have to replace an entire trim around the window. That might be the best way to go in order to just make it at least nice. It's one thing if we can still see the claw marks as a point of its personality, but it's another thing to have it like just totally chewed away. So I won't do that, but we'll have to see. That'll be one of the things we'll get to next week. So the hardware and whatever recovery I can make of that finish. And there might even be a fourth video. I'm not sure if I can repair and restore the wood in time for a video of actually doing a new finish on it. So, and when I say new finish, I mean, it's possible that we'll use the color of the wood that we get because it's nice. Or it's possible that I will want to do some staining, so we'll have to get together with the client and see how they feel about it. And actually, I just have to see. So there's that. Thank you so much for watching the video this week. I hope a short video, but at least we got to see that process with this. It's a new type of stripper to me, and please leave me a comment if you've used it before. If you have any helpful hints on a better way to remove that paper, you know, please do. So yeah. Any helpful hints, any criticisms, yeah, we welcome them all. So thank you again. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I wish you all good and beautiful things.